Hi friend, I am Lee Keckner. Welcome to day number 6 of Coming Home, 33 days of self-care. If you would please join me in 3 grounding breaths before we get started. Uncross your legs and put your hands on your lap, face up for receiving or down for grounding. And close your eyes and just let your mind slow down. Give yourself time to come in the present moment so that this time is just yours or ours. And we're going to breathe in today through our nose. And when we exhale out of our mouth, we're going to make an audible sound, just releasing ah. So join me breathing in through your nose and out of your mouth. In through your nose and out of your mouth. Breathe in through your nose. And this time when you get in, hold it. Suck in a little more air. And then let it go. It's nice when you do those breathing exercises that you actually think of something that you want to release. And when you audibly blow out, just releasing that from your body. You don't have to hold it any longer. So you guys, we are in the middle of the section on connecting with younger you. And I love this section and I love the feedback that I have gotten from people. I've gotten some really sweet messages and some beautiful things that people have shared on these threads. How they have been moved and how their heart has opened and how just how wonderfully connected they feel taking care of themselves in that loving way. That we have all of those old hurts living in our body, but we can actually, with our more adult minds, go back and find that place and love that place. So it doesn't have to hurt, or it doesn't have to sabotage us, or it doesn't have to screw up current relationships, which it always does if you don't meet the needs of those old hurts. The topic for today is, you did the best where you were. So when we're visiting with our younger selves, each day we've kind of had a theme, like creating a safe place and apologizing for not meeting the needs sooner, and all of these little steps, different things that we can do with our younger selves. And today we are going to let our younger self know that they did the best they could where they were. You know, when you're little, you're just experiencing life. Like now looking back, we can think, that sucked. That wasn't anything to do with me when I was little. That was the other person's thing. But when you're little and you're in it, you're just trying to make sense of it all, right? I know that sometimes when people's parents get divorced, the kid thinks they're the one that caused the divorce. Or if a kid gets abused, they think somehow they did something wrong or somehow they were bad. Therefore, they got abused in whichever way they did. So now it's they do that thing, what would your younger self tell your older self, or your older self tell your younger self? And it is kind of that today. It's like we're going to go in to our younger self. And when we go in, we've created that kind of safe place, and we go into that safe place and we've already apologized, and we can just say, hi, I'm here. And I want to talk to you about what happened. And I want to let you know that a squirrel just ran out, which is the first time I've seen a squirrel during this series, and it used to appear a lot, so I'm just going to give a shout out to my dad, because a medium once told me my dad appeared as a squirrel. Hey, Dad! All right. So we're going to go into our younger you and say, hey, I'm here. How are you? Come here to me. Pull up whatever age you can think on your lap and hold that younger self. And then say, you know what? I know this happened to you, and I know that happened to you. I know you were abused, or I know your parents were divorced, or I know, for me it was that my mom didn't get out of bed. And when I was little, I thought it was because I sucked. I was like, I'm not even good enough for her to get out of bed for. So when we're little, we start creating those stories that go with us for life. So we become adults with adult brains, but we're still operating with all these old little girl hurts or little boy hurts, right? That we're not good enough, we're not smart enough, we're not funny enough. We're not worthy just as who we are, because things that are reflected back to us when we're young tell our little minds different. And then we grow up as adults and we're holding those same thoughts our little kid had. But it doesn't work so well anymore as an adult. It actually derails you, screws up current relationships, and can keep you stuck in place. So we're going to go in to our younger self, and we're just going to say, you did the best you could with what you had. How you handled it was exactly how you were supposed to handle it. And it was scary, and it was big, or it was lonely, and it was sad. But you did it. You got through it. And none of it was because of you. None of it, nothing about you deserved to be treated poorly. That's just what happened, and your little brain didn't know, and it started forming stories that somehow you sucked or you weren't enough because that happened. But it's not true. And it's kind of like, now that we have this hindsight and this knowledge, we can literally go back to our younger self and tell her what we know now, right? So she doesn't have to suffer anymore. So you can take care of her in that loving way and give her that information, which will shrink that kind of pain body, which will shrink her having to act out because you're loving those places, right? My quote for today is, you did the best you could where you were. Now it's my time to do better. Like Maya Angelou says, when you know better, do better. So now we can do better for our younger selves. Now we can go in and reparent and hold and reassure and let her know that she did or he did exactly what he needed to do and how grateful we are for that. But none of it was his fault. And then remember, you guys always have your journal. So when we finish, you're going to open your journal and you're going to go to, I know we're on day 6, but it's actually our 5th day of journaling with our younger self. You're going to go in, you're going to put your hand on your heart, you're going to close your eyes, you're going to go in the safe room that you created for your younger self. You're going to picture the age or a situation when you were hurting, and just go in and hold that one, and then reassure her that she did exactly what she needed to do to get through that time, to endure what it was. So we're just allowing her to know that she's okay exactly how she is. And then when you're done with that, then you're going to say, what do you have to share with me? What would you like to say? And you're going to write it in your journal, 3 to 5 minutes, and then you're going to say one nice thing back to your younger self. Okay, you guys, it's such a powerful process, and the feedback I'm getting with how touched people are to give themselves this gift has been amazing. So thank you so much. Dear God, thank you for every situation that has come into our lives. Thank you for the stuff even that felt bad or wrong or heavy, because that is where we get to heal, and that can become the springboard of the difference we can make in the world. Bless every single person and their tender hearts and their younger selves who desperately need to be loved, and to let them know that they're okay and they did nothing wrong. We ask angels to be surrounding us today, and love to be sprinkled all around us and our hearts and the people around us. I'm grateful for another day on this beautiful planet. Amen. Amen, you guys. All right. I will see you tomorrow on day number 7. Oh my gosh, we've been through 1 week tomorrow. It's so exciting. And we're winding down with the younger you section of this. And then we're going to move on to becoming your new best friend, which I think is amazing as well. Okay, have a great day. Thank you.